Chapter 3 Rajaram Mohan Roy. Let's get into a fun start. Rajaram Mohan Roy was a great advocate for education. Do you think everyone should have the right to go to school and learn? Write a sentence about what you think. Suppose a student with some learning difficulty joins your class. How would you behave with him or her? Circle the options which you think are correct. Your options are: ignore him or her, help him or her, be patient and supportive, laugh at him or her, leave him or her alone, encourage him or her to keep trying, do not share your notes with him or her. Now, imagine that you join a new class where every student is much faster at learning than you. You are the only student who finds the subjects difficult. How do you feel? How do you want the other students to behave with you? Discuss this in class. Let's get into our favorite story part. Rajaram Mohan Roy was famous as the father of modern India. He was a progressive thinker and fought against social customs like sati. He believed that Indians should learn about science and Western literature. For this reason, he started modern schools and promoted the study of English. Rajaram Mohan Roy was born in 1772 in the quiet town of Radhanagar in Bengal. His father, Ramakanta Roy, was a deeply religious man who believed strongly in tradition. His mother, Tarini Devi, was a kind-hearted person who taught young Ram Mohan the values of compassion and understanding. Their home was like most Bengali Brahmin homes of that time. It had separate rooms for different activities. One of these rooms, decorated with lovely images of Hindu gods and goddesses, was the prayer room. Its air was filled with calming chants and hymns. The kitchen, another important room, was always bustling with activity. Traditional clay stoves called chulhas hummed and crackled as women prepared food. Most of their food was organic, grown in their own backyard. The food was full of rice, lentils, and vegetables. At night, they slept on a simple mattress on the floor, which were rolled up and stored away at dawn. Young Rajaram Mohan Roy was a curious and playful boy, always eager to learn. His father ensured that he had the right education, studying the sacred scriptures and mastering Sanskrit. He also learned Persian and Arabic, opening up a world of books and philosophies. Many Indians of that time could not speak English, but Ram Mohan was ahead of his time and saw the value of learning the global language. When he was not reading, Ram Mohan loved to play with his friends. They would swim in the local pond, mold clay into exciting shapes, and play thrilling games of hide and seek in the large fields. Even when he was young, Ram Mohan often questioned the customs and practices he saw around him. He did not understand why people followed certain rituals without a good reason, or why people followed unfair practices without protest. When he was 16, his father sent him to the holy city of Banaras, hoping that he would follow traditional customs. Instead, it only made Ram Mohan more determined to bring a change in the society. As he grew older, Raja Ram Mohan Roy began to speak out, asking for social reforms. He was deeply upset by the treatment of women, especially the cruel practice of sati, where a widow was forced to burn herself on her husband's funeral pyre. He fought against that horrible practice even when he faced strong opposition. His hard work finally paid off when the British government banned the cruel practice of sati in 1829. This was a big victory for the Indian women. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a model of bravery and kindness, worked tirelessly to improve the lives of the people. He died in 1833 in Bristol, England, but his legacy lives on. His progressive ideas and admirable work have inspired many generations. His story is not just about one remarkable person, but a tribute to the power of change and resilience. Let's quickly get into our favorite grammar adventures. Today, we will be learning about quantifiers. Quantifiers are the words that we use before a noun to indicate quantity or amount. First one, few. It is used to indicate very small number that is insufficient. Example, there are few apples in the basket. A few. This also indicates small quantity but sufficient. Example, I have made a few friends in my new neighborhood. Little or a little. Little is used to denote a small amount of something that is insufficient. A little is also small amount but sufficient. Example, there is little water in the glass. The doctors gave a little hope of her recovery.